Okay, so today I wanted to speak about why do people peak in secondary school. Um, I think this is such a prominent topic in my life, at least from what I've seen. And I wanted to speak a little bit about it. So there's a few reasons why people do actually peak when they're about 18 in the adolescence, coming towards the end of it around 19, 20, I would say. Just and then after university is when you get a job and you go into the workforce, etc., etc. But why do people actually regard their secondary school life or their high school life or around when they're 19 years old to be the best time of their life? Um, One reason is that they stop focusing on learning. So how I've classified it is that it is wasted potential. Um, and I'll give an example. I know there's so many people who I know who were the smartest people academically in my year. They were getting A's and B's and they were way smarter than me. But now they will be regarded as a bum, as you would say. But the only reason that they're a bum is because that they have so much wasted potential and they were meant to be something much better. They were meant to go to Oxford or Cambridge, and that's the academic route, or they were meant to make a lot more money than what's expected of them. But they just never achieved those heights, which is why they say that, the best time of my life was in school. So that is definitely very sad to see. The second reason why people peak in high school is because they stop focusing on learning. They start focusing on this hustle culture, which anyone and everyone can do. Just that grind mindset of I need to keep making money, I need to chase this money, I need to chase this world, and in doing so, they don't develop their character at all. They don't learn anything. They don't become better in anything other than money. And you see this with all the most famous people in the world. They don't have any regard for their own character. They're selfish and evil. And all they care about is making money for themselves. And they say their family, but really it's just for themselves. And they like to say it's to live a comfortable life, but really and truly it's because if they stop chasing money, that means they don't have anything else to do with their life. Um, so yeah, that's definitely one reason people they stop focusing on learning. You need to keep focusing on your learning because once you get money, you'll only want more, and that's another topic for another day. The last thing I wanted to speak about um, is that people become comfortable with their life. I know so many people who were so smart in secondary school when they were 18, 19. They were acing their exams, but now they have a comfortable job which pays them enough money. But at the same time, they're not utilizing their free time. They're using it on maybe holidays, which, yes, are needed, but it needs to be in moderation. But these people, they will just go on holidays every few months and splash all their cash because they feel like they've worked hard in their job. They don't have any ambition, and it's another form of wasted potential. They become too comfortable with the life that they're living. They don't look at and they don't appreciate what God has given them. And at the same time, they have such a lack of ambition, which is another topic. Having a lack of ambition is very disappointing. I think you should aim to achieve your full potential, and once you actually do that, then you can rest and you can take your well-earned holiday. But yeah, I don't think you should ever become comfortable in your retail job. Or even if you are comfortable in your retail job, try to seek new opportunities to develop yourself. Because a lot of people in these retail jobs, from my experience of what I've seen, is that because the retail job pushes you so far away from reality and it pushes you so hard, as much as you don't realize it, you come home and you're tired and then you fall asleep and then it's just the endless cycle and you don't get time to actually work on the things that you might want to do. And if you don't want to do anything, that's another story. But I'd like to think that people have hopes and dreams. So those are the three things why I think people peak in um, secondary school in their adolescence, and they always like to look back on the past because their present is not the best, and they would love to be back in they say it's easier time, but really and truly, now that you're an adult, you're the one making your own decisions, so you can actually make your life better. Um, Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.